Hi again guys, so this is episode 5 of N Spec, and this time I decided to do it for a car which is notoriously difficult to drive, the Nissan Deltawing. And I must admit this tune doesn't make it perfect, but it does make it a lot better than it was. So it's for the 650 pp range, which is far lower than the Deltawing is as standard, so you're only running 413 horsepower. But it does make it far easier to drive, or far better to drive, because the common problem with the Deltawing is that the front end just snaps out around corners for no reason, making it virtually undrivable. So you want your racing soft tyres, obviously. As far as spring rate, I've got them on 383 and 1458, so I don't think I've actually touched those. Dampers on 4, rear anti-roll on 7, rear camber on 10, so as high as it can go, front camber on 8. You may want to adjust that because it does make the handling very stiff, so you'll have to put that where you feel comfortable. Toe angle of 0 as always, so it's not dragging its tyres. I've increased the front braking resistance to 6. For the drivetrain, auto setting as high as possible, and the final drive of 2.5. That's not really essential for this tune, so you can really do whatever you want there. As far as the diff, low initial torque to lessen wheel spin, high acceleration and low braking. As far as the power, we've got the high RPM turbo and then restricted the engine to 87.4%. If you want, you could take the turbo off and increase the power, but I decided to do it that way. Rear downforce is on 1250, so it's not as high as it can go, but 1250 on the rear. We've got the ballast as high as it can go, and we've put it all the way to the front of the car to give the front end more grip, because that's where the problems happen with this car on the front end. Traction control you want turned off, because trust me, you don't need it anymore. So yeah. So like I said, this car is notoriously bad around corners. And like I said, it's not perfect now. I'm not guaranteeing that you'll win every time you'll use it, but it is, in my opinion, a lot better than it was. You can turn corners with your foot down now, and although as you can see it does spin out if you catch the grass, but I mean all racing cars do that. The handling is a lot stiffer than it is usually, so it may not be ideal for the Nürburgring, but for most tracks in general, especially for tracks like La Sarthe, it is much better than it was. So like I said, fiddle around with some of the options to get exactly where it feels comfortable for you, but in essence there's the N Spec tune for the Deltawing. Incidentally, this is the faster of the two Deltawings, as you can see, the chrome version, but in theory the same tune should work for the slower version, the original black Deltawing. So yeah, hope this tune setup helps you, and yeah, so as always, thanks for watching.